Hey guys, it is Reve here again with another update. So now it is November 20th and I am at my day plus 11. Can't even believe I'm at day plus 11, almost 2 weeks post-transplant, which is crazy. I can't even believe I had a transplant already, and so now I'm in the recovery phases. Pretty much what I've been experiencing now, I can tell you guys kind of what's been going on. Pretty much every morning you go to the clinic, or I guess you go to the bone marrow transplant unit, unit 57 at the Tom Baker Cancer Center, and there they draw your blood, they do your vitals, you're seen by the doctor, and if you're well enough or you're able to manage the symptoms that you're experiencing at home, they'll actually let you go out on a pass. And so I've been fortunate enough to go out on quite a few passes, but I still am back every single morning, but then they let me out for the evening. Sometimes I'll have to come back at night, but most of the times actually I'm okay to stay out overnight and then come back early in the morning between 8 and 9 and then do the same thing over. So that's pretty much what my days post-transplant have been. Alright, so some of the things that I have been experiencing thus far, I mentioned some nausea, which has been under control because I started a new medication called Zofran, so I take that every 8 hours and it keeps my nausea down before I even feel nauseous. I'm taking the medication just around the clock to cover that. I've also been experiencing headaches. They prescribed me some morphine for that, but I actually haven't had to take the morphine for the headache in a very long time. And I've also had lots of bone pain, which it's weird because it's kind of similar to sickle cell pain, but not quite. It's not as intense in any way, but definitely aches in some areas that I was already getting aches. So in my hips, my lower back, and then also my sternum. And they were saying that that could be, those are some, I guess, bone marrow rich areas. So that's where the chemo and the radiation was all targeting, and so definitely they said you'll feel some of that. And then as your cells start to, or I guess as your new stem cells start to find their way to the bone marrow, your bone marrow does have to expand a little bit, and so you will get some growing pains, they call it. I've also been dealing with mucositis is what they call it. It's inflammation of your mucous membranes. It can happen anywhere from your mouth to your bum essentially, and so I guess I would say I'm fortunate enough that it's only the top half that's being affected. Definitely my mouth is very sore, it's raw, eating some foods. I can't have any spicy foods because definitely it will burn my mouth. And my throat, things are getting harder to swallow, and there's some bleeding and different things that are coming up, or some blood that is coming up. My stomach, I did have more of an upset stomach immediately after transplant, but it seems to be a little bit better now. But one of the worst things that I'm experiencing now as a foodie is tastelessness. I don't know, they talk about you lose your taste buds essentially, and so I can't taste any of my favorite foods. I can't taste anything sweet or anything salty, and so really eating right now is a chore because my appetite isn't quite where it is, or where it was before, and so I'm kind of just eating because I have to eat, just small meals during the day, and trying to have things that are softer, will slide down easier. All my favorite things like rice I haven't touched in forever. I love bread and butter, just basic things like that, but I find bread and crackers and things like that just dry out your mouth and you're already dry. And so I've been staying away from those. I've been trying some different foods here or there. It seems like Pizza Pocket is the winner, taking me way back to junior high, even not even high school, taking me back to junior high after school snacks. But whatever works, I'm happy to try. But yeah, that's pretty much how things have been going so far. Seems like my doctors are happy with my progression, and I hope I continue this way. My energy levels are coming back. I'm finding that I used to be able to, my mom and I would go for a 15-minute walk, and I'd be exhausted by the end, but my sister and I went for a walk the other day. It was probably about 15-20 minutes, but it was non-stop, no breaks, and I wasn't dying when I came back. I wimped out a little bit earlier because I didn't want to get to the point where I walked away from the condo and wasn't able to walk back. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on now. Hoping for, pretty much I'm just sitting here waiting for discharge from the hospital eventually, and more importantly waiting for engraftment. Right now my white blood cells are at 0, well they're at 0.3 to be exact, so they're still kind of trending down, and so once they get down to rock bottom they'll eventually find their way back up. And that's what I'm waiting for. Alright, talk to you guys later. Bye. Alright, well I'm here in my hospital room now. Usually I go to I guess it's called Unit 57B. It's more clinic-like, that you go in and out when you come back from PASS, and they do all this stuff for you, but today I'm actually in a room, and so far this morning my nurse has come in, she's done my blood work. They do the blood work first because it takes about 2 hours for the results to return, and then once they return, the doctor can come and discuss with you and you can ask any questions. She'll also come and do any tasks that need to be done. Like today I need to get my PICC line dressing redone, so she'll come and do that, and if you need blood products or anything, that'll also be done here. But yeah, so now I'm patiently waiting for the doctor to come.